ERC. Think twice, I think, about how you're ethically doing this. This is something that really could get you in trouble. This money is being given out. And a lot of times your business did fine during this time, but you're still interested in this money and getting this money. I think it's risky. I think it's risky. ERC, the Employee Retention Credit. You've heard of it. If you're in this industry at all, you've definitely heard of this. You probably are familiar with it. Maybe we've even offered it. I've helped businesses market this. This is a big deal. It's been out there for several years. Now, we're going to talk about this a little bit. I'm Jordan Hansen from Beyond Banks. What I really want to talk about is not what it is, because there's a ton of things out there talking about what it is. I want to talk about, is it ethical for you as you're a business owner to get this credit? When is it ethical? When is it not? And is it ethical for a broker or a funder to be offering it? And maybe the problem is just, I think it's kind of funny. I Googled this, right? ERC Tax Credit. If you can look here, obviously this is a big deal. If you have a business at all, you know what happens. You get emails about this all the time. People call you offering this. A lot of times it's robo. Anyone who has done any kind of sales or marketing, they're probably tempted to offer this. I had a client that I worked with and he said, hey, this is big money. Let's get in on this. I helped him provide leads. We reached out to a lot of people trying to get them to sign up. Because what happens is if you're a business that was affected by this during the COVID time, and I don't know exactly the requirements, but if you meet the requirements, you can get, I think, up to $26,000 per employee per year or quarter. I don't know. It's a lot of money that if you qualify, and it comes over as like free money essentially because you weren't planning on it. And so a lot of times what these people do, they take some percent. I think it varies from a flat fee to 10% to 20% to 30%. And it's a lot of money they're gaining. I know that this is a big deal. They want to get this. And you can see here, look at the advertisement. Attention business owners right here. All these right here. First four, lots of ads right there. I bet you you go to see sponsored all here. Tons of it. ERC refund. And it's really not just a loan. It's a refund that's happening. I know I have someone who's in the PPC. They're doing ads, paid ads, and they have easily doing $50,000 a month in spend trying to get people to take advantage of this because they take some percentage. It's easy money for them. They close, they file some tax returns, and they're good to go. If you click on this, right, let's click here. This is the IRS official website. Look at the first few things. IRC scam promotions. Employers should be wary of ERC advertisements that advise them to apply for money when they may not qualify. And this is kind of the problem, right? We know PPC happened, billions of dollars in fraud of people just getting the money because the government was looking to get this money out as fast as possible. There are ERC promotions and there are ERC scams happening out there. A lot of people qualify when you may not. This is the problem. Anyone who improperly claims the credit and has to pay it back and may owe penalties and interest. Look, the IRS knows this is happening. The ads are all over radio, TV, and social media. Whenever something like this is so good to be true and the money's coming out so quickly, everyone wants to get in there and get a piece. Now, is it ethical? Is it ethical for you? Now, be careful. Warning signs of aggressive ERC marketing. Now, I don't know that the broker or funder is getting in trouble for this yet. Right now, they're saying that if you get the money, if you're a business owner and you get the money, you're going to have to pay it back and you may have penalties and interest. If you're a broker and you're a funder, let's see, they may lie about eligibility requirements. Let's see, I'm trying to see what happens. If they use fraud happens, all this, there's tons of things, large upfront fees. So be wary, be careful of all this unsolicited. There's so much coming out about this, so much. So be really careful about it. Think twice, I think, about how you're ethically doing this. This is something that really could get you in trouble. Now, here's really the eligibility. I guess it talks down about this. They were shut down by government order, or they declined in gross receipts, or they qualified as a recovery startup business for the third of 4 quarters of 2021. Now, I know a lot of businesses did not have a decline in gross receipts. I don't know how but they're still making money. It's still happening. They're still making money there. They made money during this time, and they still got the money from the ERC. So it's just something I think you should think about, and we should talk about it. What's ethical, what's not? A lot of the arguments that come through are this money is being given out. And a lot of times your business did fine during this time, but you're still interested in this money and getting this money. Of course, who doesn't want the money? It comes over as free money. I guess to qualify, it seems like it's kind of the requirements are somewhat fungible. I don't know. Because people are getting it and they're not. To me, I think the businesses did fine. So it's a hard scenario because you're like, if I don't go and apply and get this money, I feel like I am losing a competitive advantage because my competitors, they're going to get this money and they're going to be able to use that money to compete. I think it's risky. But it's a tough decision. I'm kind of curious, what would you do? The ethics of this, what are the right ethics behind this? Should you apply? Should you get this money even if maybe your business did fine, if you don't need it? Do you feel like you had a disaster scenario during this time? I don't know the right decision there. For sure, you should abide by the eligibility requirements. If your accountant, if whoever is trying to make those a little squishier than they seem, they're kind of fun, like, you know, kind of tickling, massaging the rules there. I think it's a risk. I know that for sure the IRS is cracking down and the government is cracking down on PPC fraud. You do not want to rove into the fraud area, obviously. Otherwise, it's probably an ethical decision whether you feel like you need that money or not, and whether you're legitimately affected by it. You know, business areas you would definitely expect to be restaurants, any kind of country club, I would think, golf club, tennis club, those kind of places, bowling, those places to me, theaters, I think these were obvious ones, right? Other places, maybe not so much. But I'm Jordan Hansen from Beyond Banks. I would love to know your thoughts. Do you think it's ethical for these people to be getting these loans? Should they not? Should they get these loans? This is something I think you should think about, and give me your feedback. I really would love to know more. Hit subscribe, hit like, and we'll see if we can continue this conversation.